In a shockingly devastating conclusion, Huey is compelled to kill someone he would never want to harm in The Boys Season 4, Episode 5, but he has a good cause for doing so. During Season 4, each member of The Boys was battling personal issues, and this is still the case in the 5th episode. Huey is forced to make a choice that no one should have to make. Butcher and are having trouble taking down Vought, and Starlight's abilities aren't functioning. The Boys' central characters are pushed toward development in the 4th season, although their paths are not always straightforward. In The Boys Season 4, Episode 5, the majority of the group set aside their personal problems in favor of finding Gen V's soup virus. However, Huey is up against a much more intimate opponent while Butcher and the group try to find a means to defeat Homelander. Beware the Jabberwock, my son, concludes the Hugh Sr. plot for Season 4, showing what happens to him following his stroke and Daphne's Compound V prank from the previous episode. This family story doesn't end happily for Huey, but it does help him develop. In The Boys Season 4, Huey is compelled to murder his own father after Hugh Campbell Sr. rejects the Compound V he receives in Episode 4. When Huey's father initially wakes up, he appears normal, but it soon becomes apparent that the medicine has given him a power. Regretfully, he is incapable of controlling it, and this is not a weakness that can be disregarded. Huey's father turns into a soup with the ability to pass through objects and people. Hugh practically steps inside other patients in the latter, resulting in multiple casualties. Worse, Hugh thinks Huey is still a youngster and can't recall anything that happened recently. Huey and Daphne choose to rid him of his mystery rather than have him live this way because he is dangerous and confused. The real significance of Hugh's passing in Season 4 of The Boys has to do with Huey's development. Hugh remembers how Huey kept their cat, Jar Jar, alive until he basically exploded at the start of the episode. Hugh refuses to grant Huey power of attorney because of this. But in Episode 5, Huey demonstrates that he can let go. Even if Hugh Sr.'s transition into Jar Jar, the cat is arguably preferable to a peaceful death. His passing in The Boys Season 4 is nevertheless incredibly heartbreaking. The fact that Daphne and Huey get to spend one final day with him is probably more heartbreaking since it allows viewers to see what their family may have been. In addition, Huey's father shares with him the locations and activities he wishes to accomplish in life. Huey and Daphne make him a promise to fulfill these desires, even as he draws his last breath. His tragic death serves as a poignant reminder that time is of the essence. Naturally, the fact that Huey must make the decision, one that he is almost spared, makes it even more painful. Although it's wonderful to see Huey develop as a person, nobody should have to decide if a loved one survives or passes away. In addition to the guilt over taking Compound V to the hospital, Hugh Sr.'s last minutes were probably filled with uncertainty and terror. Huey might hold himself responsible for it, and The Boys Season 4, Episode 5 will probably cause him grief for a very long time. Even though Huey makes terrible decisions in The Boys Season 4, Episode 5, they probably have a significant impact on his character growth. Huey is perceived by the Boys team as being softer than the others, but circumstances like this one are teaching him how to make tough decisions. The fact that Butcher and Kessler talk about doing the difficult thing in this episode is probably no accident. Kessler maintains that Butcher is the only one capable of carrying out the necessary tasks, although he might be in error. Huey can undoubtedly make difficult decisions on Homelander and Vought if he can say goodbye to his father in this manner. And although is the team's present leader, the boys might see him make decisions at some point. Huey's growth undoubtedly positions him for greater success in Seasons 4 and 5 of The Boys. It's unfortunate that in order to get there, fans must say goodbye to Simon Pegg's persona.